Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boardman Performing Arts Center. Please take a moment to locate the exit that is closest to you to be used in the event of an emergency. We ask that you turn off or silence your cell phones or other electronic devices, and flash photography is prohibited. Thank you and enjoy the performance.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome. This is the 8th grade jazz ensemble, if you didn't know that already, and that was a Cannonball Adderley tune called The Jive Samba, and thank goodness the students didn't get thrown off by my mistake. That was supposed to feature, Cece Majorana on trumpet first, then Lucas Mitchell on alto sax second, then Ian McCaskey third, and started with Lauren Klanica on the drums. How about it for Lauren? And I probably freaked them out by putting the microphone in his face first, and Cece probably, he forgot my solo. I forget lots of things, but we got you in there. We're going to continue with a great standard in the music world, made most famous by Louis Armstrong. This will feature all of the sections and Alex Hoffman, a little thing at the end. This is What a Wonderful World. Oh, by the way, Alex played violin on the last one, while David Cavelli played piano, and now they're back on their other instruments. How about a hand for their versatility? Speaking of versatility, you heard some of these kids sing in the past at other concerts. Here comes Cece Majorana from the trumpet to the vocals, and she's going to sing this great Junior Wells tune. Oh, wait, I'm using it now. Okay. Lucas Mitchell will play an alto sax solo. Xavier Magada will play tenor sax. Ian again on the guitar, and Ryan Jackson will play on the bari sax, and Cece's going to sing Messin' with the Kid. You might remember the Blues Brothers doing this. Not in the movie, but on their album. Here's Cece. Stacey, Myra. Eighth grade jazz ensemble. Great job, guys. I gotta tell you, Cece's mom was a student of mine at Liberty High School when I taught there. How about that? All right, we're gonna give the 8th grade jazz ensemble a couple minutes and apparently all their dance partners to get on stage for that part of the concert. How about it again for the 8th grade jazz ensemble? Band! And since we need a couple minutes to get organized with that, I thought most of them were going to be on stage already, but they wanted to see the jazz band. What? Oh, okay. All 8th grade band students, report to the stage. You have a concert to play. So, although every time of year is an exciting one in the Boardman band world, this is especially exciting for us because we're starting to transition, right? We're already planning the next marching season and everything for next year. I'm so excited that so many of these young people will be joining me in the high school jazz program, and just couldn't be happier about the way things are going. On a personal note, some of you, I need to clarify something because some of you may have seen an article in the paper that made it sound like I'm done right now, right? At the end of May, out the door. No. I explained to the reporter what retire, rehire means and that I'll be here for 2 more years. But I guess band director takes the first steps towards retirement is not a good enough front page headline as band director takes his final bow. So anyway, I'll be here. No, that's it. Thank you. But Mr. Toot's going to talk to you. Mrs. Klein has some message for you through Mr. Toot about getting involved. We want the kids to stay involved. Now, I get it. Not everybody is going to stay in band from 8th grade through high school. But just ask your kid for the right reasons. If they're involved in other things that are not music, and they're going to stay busy and stay out of trouble, not fall to other influences, fine, we're happy for them. We wish them the best. But we also, every year, come across kids who like eating their vegetables before they try them. They just think they're not going to like it. So no, I'm not doing band. Why? I won't like it. I'm not good enough at it. If they've got nothing better to do, they should surround themselves with the wonderful, nice students, adults, everybody involved with the Boardman band. Think about what they'll spend their free time doing for the first 10 weeks of school and some of summer. Right? Every week you're going to know they're with us. Every Friday night they'll establish their group of friends, new friends, right? Because they're going to meet all the kids in the high school band who are going to take them in as part of the Boardman High School band family. The parents, the chaperones will watch over them. They'll be surrounded by a bunch of nice kids and nice parents and nice directors for the time when they're going to want some of their own freedom. Right? And we all have to be vigilant about our young people. We don't want them to fall under bad influences. So we know from doing this for so long that the Boardman band, this is good stuff. So we hope your child is planning to continue. If not, just make sure it's for the right reasons. You want to see what they have coming up? Come to next Wednesday's spring concert of the Boardman bands. We're so very proud of the work that these students do, and we're going to put on a great concert Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, right here. Support live music always, especially in our school and our community. I want to commend my colleagues, Mr. Toot and Mr. Shivak. They do such a wonderful job of preparing our young people for music from 5th grade through high school. And I'm very proud of the work that they do. And congratulations and thank you for all your service, Mr. Toot and Mr. Shivak. I know he's got his hands full up there. There's going to be a lot of things coming up. You're going to hear from us this weekend through, well, I'll let Mr. Toot talk about that, but we've got some events coming up and we want to involve everybody. So, with that said, I want to thank the students in the 8th grade jazz ensemble one more time and give them another round of applause and turn it over to Mr. Toot.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, how about another round of applause for the jazz band? How many of you remember sitting here not long ago for their first 5th grade band concert? And they took the instrument home and they were making sounds that sounded like a dying cow, and you're like, this isn't going to work. And then before you know it, they're playing songs, and just, I don't know, I'm blown away getting to watch these kids play jazz. It's pretty awesome. The next step in that process for a lot of us is to move on to high school band. Before we get there, we have two things coming up in the near future that I want to let you know about. We have 2 performances that you probably saw on the syllabus. One is optional, and the other is mandatory. So the optional one is our yearly trip to Cedar Point. So a lot of your kids probably did this last year in 7th grade, right? Cedar Point is going to be Saturday, May 27th. Look this weekend, by Monday morning, in either Final Forms or on Google Classroom, you're going to get some information about Cedar Point Memorial Day. But Cedar Point is going to be Saturday, May 27th. Like I said, it's an optional performance. The cost of the trip to go is $40. If you don't have a t-shirt yet, that's another $6 fee. The kids are going to play with the high school band and perform at Cedar Point, and then spend an awesome day riding roller coasters with their friends. So it's going to be pretty cool. The mandatory performance is Memorial Day, which is on Memorial Day, so May 29th. We'll meet here early Monday morning and do a rehearsal with the kids and the high school band. We'll get on some buses, go over to Center Intermediate School, and then march over to Boardman Park as part of the parade, okay? Awesome time for the kids to kind of get an idea of what high school band is. Couple things to know about those trips. When you get your email from Google Forms, what's really important, we're a little behind on this. We want to get all the kids registered by next Friday if they're going to go to Cedar Point, so we can order tickets. So when we get that, get on that so we have that in time. And then we'll try to get payment due the next week. All of that information will be coming to you, so I'll let you read that. Cedar Point is a good time to talk about another aspect of high school band that I'd like you guys to consider, which is chaperoning. We can't take the kids anywhere or really do anything that the Boardman High School band does without a really awesome, dedicated group of parents. So for those of you who want to get involved, I'd like you to consider being a chaperone. So some of the things you get to do as a chaperone is travel with the students. A big part of the job is supervising them on buses. We're going to be taking 9 buses to Cedar Point. We're going to have a lot of kids. There's only 3 directors, so we need parents to help. If you have a skill, we can put it to use, okay? So we have people in the summer that help get the kids fit into uniforms. So if you can sew, come and volunteer that way. If you like to build things, I'm looking at my band dads out here. I'm sure Mr. Ruggieri is going to come up with something. We're going to have a spaceship or some sort of giant prop on the field. And those are built by our parents, so that's another way to volunteer. You get to go to the games with kids and that provide food at halftime. We help get equipment on and off the field. And there's even been times when the parents were on the field with the kids moving equipment around, which they were excited about. Also, if anyone's a nurse, we could always use qualified medical staff wherever we go, just in case anything happens. So if you could be a band nurse, that's something to think about. So some reasons to do it. You get to see behind the curtain, right? You get to see all of the hard work and be a part of that process that happens before we get on the field, before we get on the stage. And I think our parents that have been there for that have found it to be an amazing experience. You also get to be an important part of getting the kids on the field. You're an important part of the performance, of what we do. And you're going to get to meet great people. Our chaperones are awesome human beings. They're really fun to be around. And we're really proud of the culture we have in the Boardman Band. These are good kids. They're really awesome to be around. And you get to know who your kids' friends are. One thing you might be worried about is, it's kind of a time to maybe let your kid go, like band is their thing, and you kind of let them go and have their experiences on their own and not be looking over their shoulder. And that's understandable, and that is good. But don't worry, if you're a chaperone, you're not going to see them much, and they're not going to see you much. You're going to get to watch what they do, but you're not, so sometimes kids are like, I don't want my mom on the trip. We always tell them, you're not going to see her, she's not going to see you until we get back to the bus, or until they need to hit you up for money. So with that being said, I just want to introduce you to someone. This is Jenny Klein. She is our head chaperone. She'd like me to remind you that next Tuesday, May 16th at 6:30 in the VHS band room, we're having a meeting for anybody who's interested in chaperoning, just to get an idea of what the different jobs are, how do you sign up, and how you do that. And we'll be back here in the auditorium to answer any questions, or if you know tonight you'd like to sign up and have us contact you for chaperoning, even if it's just for this Cedar Point trip coming up, then we can sign up for that there. So that's all I got. I think the band behind me is ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We appreciate you all being here, and enjoy the concert.
That was a familiar tune, probably one of the most recommended songs by students that we get. Can we play Star Wars? Can we play Star Wars? Actually, this whole concert is framed in that way. I asked students for recommendations, and many of our students recommended songs. Star Wars came up first. We have some other songs for you. So we're kind of calling this a Spring Pops concert. So if we weren't starting with a traditional concert opener or a march, so that was a little different. And that was from Star Wars, and that featured Kyrie Heeman on clarinet. You heard a solo, and you heard a solo from Leah Marks on flute. We can give them another round of applause. The first three songs come from movie songs, movie soundtracks. So this next one is recognizable. It's so similar to a lot of movies that you'll hear. Actually, some of the tunes from these compositions kind of got borrowed from other film scores. So you will recognize this one as well, but I will introduce it. It is Pirates of the Caribbean. The next song that was chosen comes from the movie, the Lego Movie, and it came out about 10 years ago, and this song is called Everything is Awesome, and this high-energy movie, I remember watching it 10 years ago, and it was exciting, energetic, animated story, and a little crazy too, but you'll hear us perform this. It's a remix, so there's going to be a little bit of a twisting of the melody a bit, so we hope you enjoy Everything is Awesome from the Lego Movie. We try to pick a variety of musical styles for our concerts. This next selection is an arrangement of the pop song Counting Stars by One Republic. This will also feature soloists. We have soloist Marty Novotny on alto sax and trumpet David Cavelli. Here is Counting Stars. I think these kids are onto something with these recommendations for songs. I'm so glad we got to do these songs so far. Now, they were recommending a song by this band that we didn't own, this next song that we're playing, but I don't know, these songs are so high energy and fun, and I think you're really going to enjoy this. One of the most popular songs by Guns N' Roses. Here is Welcome to the Jungle. They did a great job, didn't they? Oh, thank you. At this time, our percussion is going to get set up for the next song, but I'm going to take a few minutes just to present some awards to students, because we don't give out our awards specifically to individuals in music at our academic awards assembly. So I'm going to give their certificates for solo and ensemble here, and I'm also going to present, like we do each year, the annual Director's Award for 8th grade band. So with that, we have several students who performed at the Ohio Music Education Association solo and ensemble event. And by performing, if they got a first superior rating or second excellent rating, which nearly all did, they get a certificate and a pin. Now, students receiving this award, they should hold on to this pin, because kids wear them when they go to high school honors bands and things. So they should keep hold of these pins and keep saving. Hopefully they save them from last year as well. If not, I can always get you another one if you need. So these students got superior or excellent ratings. And let's hold our applause until I read all the handful of names here and hand them their certificate, and they can line up right over here. Callie Alexander, Lucas Beggs. Oh, you guys are going to do great at the awards assembly, actually holding your applause. David Cavelli, Kyrie Heeman, Lauren Klanica, Leah Marks, and Ella McGee. And now we can applaud for them. Thank you for working on your solos and your ensembles. Great job. You can go back and have a seat. They will stand and be recognized along with 7th graders at the Glenwood Awards Assembly for that as well. Since 1974, the Director's Award has been given each year to honor the most outstanding member of our 8th grade band. This award is given out to the top 8th grade band student, and they're giving this award out from the Instrumentalists magazine, sponsored, and this award is given out across the nation. The students chosen for this award will have their name engraved on a plaque that stays in the band room. There are some names that these kids will recognize from years just previous to this one, but you can go back also, you can see some other names there like Mr. Harker and a few others that they would recognize. So they did write an essay and complete an application for this process, and I did choose a winner. The winner of the Director's Award is someone who really is so helpful, always anticipates the things we need in a very chaotic section of the band, performs very well, did great at solo and ensemble, jazz ensemble, you heard her as well, Lauren Klanica. Now, Lauren was asking for another percussion feature, like last year in 7th grade, so that's where this idea was conceived. By the way, just wave, or you can even stand up if you're not embarrassed to, if you recommended one of the songs we played tonight. We had Star Wars, some of you guys didn't recommend songs. You can sit back down. All right. Patience, parents, they will grow up, patience. As was mentioned by Mr. Toot and Mr. Ruggieri, starting next week we do shift gears and start marching, learning marching. They got to march Hang On Sloopies, most of them with the high school band at a football game, and we get to do parade marching now. So we transition this band into marching band from now through the end of the school year. The Cedar Point is optional, and as was stated by Mr. Toot, it is Saturday, May 27th, and the Memorial Day parade is required for them. That is May 29th, Monday, Memorial Day. So Lauren was asking for another percussion feature. Oh, one more round of applause for Jazz Ensemble. Wave Jazz Ensemble. That was so good. Wow, thank you, Mr. Ruggieri. Thank you, Mr. Chu. Thank you for all the efforts into that. Thank you for coming down once a week for Jazz Ensemble. Great job. Okay, so in addition to our traditional percussion instruments, we added some buckets, some garbage can lids, and we end our concert with Kevin Mixon's Junk Funk. And you've been a great audience, and I wish you guys and your children, your students, the best rest of this school year and what's to come here at the high school. So congratulations. Here is Junk Funk. Wow, that was exciting. One more round for our percussion section. And we did have some additional percussion in the band. They can wave those instruments now. Thank you, Mrs. Larson, who accompanied us today again, and she'll accompany our concerts in June for 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. Round of applause for Mrs. Larson. Thank you. We have to also thank Mr. Kale, Patrick Kale, his brother Rory Kale, and others, and the BPAC staff. They have done a great job getting us in here, helping things get set up, letting us use this place. It is wonderful to have them, and we're so grateful for them. For Mr. Smith and Mrs. McCreary, our administration at Glenwood. For Officer Merlot, you saw him in the hall, and Boardman Schools Television Network streaming this, so if someone isn't here tonight, and they can go on YouTube, and they can watch it. So let's have each section of the band stand and accept one more round of applause. The tubas, stand. I know you're going to get sore. Baritones, trombones, French horns, trumpets, alto saxophones, tenor saxophone, bari saxophones, bassoon, bass clarinet, clarinets, oboe, flutes, percussion section, right front. It's okay to keep applauding. For some of them, this might be their last concert on stage. So one more big round of applause. The 8th grade concert band.